No large groups, no one with MAGA hats on. However, the Select Committee's review of evidence directly contradicts that denial. Joining our discussion now, Glenn Kirschner, former federal prosecutor and MSNBC legal analyst. Glenn, let's begin with the first point raised, which is the caught-on-camera situation. January 6th committee apparently now has official White House photographs of Donald Trump during the attack on the Capitol. And I have seen many times in the White House the way the official White House photographers always behave, and they are just a constant presence in every room the president goes into. They become part of the wallpaper. They're clicking away nonstop at everyone in the room with always a focus on the president. So there's a lot of photographic evidence of that day.
Yeah, Lawrence, and the more vivid a picture that the January 6th committee can paint for us all when the public hearings open on June 9 of what Donald Trump was doing for 187 minutes while his angry mob that he set on the Capitol was attacking the Capitol, was hunting for politicians. It's going to be really damning because what we already know, but, pictures have a way of really driving it home. What we already know is that for 3 hours, people were streaming into the Oval Office trying to convince the president to call off, let's call it what it is, his attack, and he refused to do it. Keith Kellogg, the national security advisor to Mike Pence, said, you know what? We even sent Ivanka Trump back into the Oval Office a second time to try to convince her father to call off the attack. And he wouldn't. Lawrence, I'm sorry, but we have to call that what it is. That was Donald Trump waging war for 3 hours on the democratic process, trying to stop the certification of Joe Biden's win. And if we can see it with our own eyes, as captured in photographs, not only testimony, which we will see beginning on June 9, it is going to be a powerful presentation.
Let's listen to what Stephanie Grisham, the White House press secretary at the time, what she said about what Donald Trump was doing that we will probably see in the White House photographs.
All I know about that day was that he was in the dining room gleefully watching on his TV, as he often did, look at all of the people fighting for me, hitting rewind, watching it again. That's what I know.
And Glenn, still photographs can tell that story.
Yeah, the word gleefully jumps out, and it's horrific that we were all watching it and that anybody could watch it gleefully, regardless of your political persuasion, your ideology, that you could be watching it gleefully, knowing you were the only person who likely could put a stop to it. The Capitol Police couldn't put a stop to it because the Capitol was deprived of enough federal law enforcement resources to repel the attack Donald Trump had launched. And watching it gleefully and refusing to put a stop to it, even though people were pleading with you to do just that. I think, Lawrence, once we see this with our own eyes in these public hearings, we see the crimes that were committed. We see the evidence that can prove those crimes beyond a reasonable doubt. The only next reasonable step for a responsible government is for Donald Trump to be indicted for his crimes.
We also see from the January 6th committee that they apparently have video of Representative Barry Loudermilk giving a tour on January 5th. They've put that in writing in their letter to him after he had been part of a public denial that anything like that happened. And that for them to want to use it, there would have to be something in that video that is not just him showing a Boy Scout troop around the building.
Yeah, and there is no innocent explanation if Representative Loudermilk is proved to have lied and concealed the fact that he was giving tours, I hesitate to call them reconnaissance tours, but if he was giving tours of the Capitol to anyone on January 5th, when the Capitol was virtually shut down to visitors due to COVID protocols, there is no innocent explanation for why he would hide that, why he would be hiding that for so long from everybody. So I'll be interested to see exactly what kind of evidence is produced.
And Glenn, before we go, Attorney General William Barr, former Attorney General, working out, it sounds like, an agreement to speak with the January 6th committee.
Yeah, and let me start with a caveat. If Bill Barr's word is to be credited, we know that he's been on his reputation rehabilitation tour selling books, and he has said, among other things, that on December 1st, he told the president that your claim, Mr. President, of election fraud is, to paraphrase Bill Barr, BS. And what that does, Lawrence, is that provides powerful evidence of Donald Trump's criminal intent every day moving forward from December 1st, when his own attorney general said your claims of election fraud are BS. And yet Donald Trump continued to peddle them. What does that do? It provides evidence of his corrupt intent.